Hey Rays of Sunshine, it's Evelyn of Evergreen Art Dolls and welcome back to the channel. So I was tagged by Allison of Muñecas, Poupees, Dolls to do this video on my 10 doll collecting confessions, and I took it as kind of a challenge because it was kind of hard for me to think of 10 confessions that she didn't already mention. So since I am a silicone doll artist and a doll collector of all different kinds of dolls, I figured I'd do my 10 doll collecting and doll artist confessions. So I figured this would be a good way for you guys to get to know a little bit more about me and my doll collection. So let's get on with that countdown and get started. Alright, so confession number 1 is that I love fat dolls. So what I mean by that is I love chunky, like fat rolled dolls that just have, like, you know, just chunky features, big cheeks, like big chunky feet and hands, and the more rolls the better. I just love dolls like that. I have 2 examples here. My vinyl Vicma Bambo doll that's super chunky, and just like my little fat. I just feel like they're just so cuddly when they're like, the bigger the better, right? So I have this one as well. My giant that you guys probably seen on some of my other videos. You see the really chunky feet and chunky belly. Like, I just love it because they're so much more, like, I don't cuddly that way. So I just really love a chunky fat doll. So I figured that would be kind of like a little confession of the types of dolls that I just prefer and love in my collection. I can't resist the chunky ones. So that is confession number 1. So the next confession is that I like fantasy dolls just a little bit better than I like a normal baby doll. So this little guy right here has been with me for a really long time. I've had him forever, since I was a really little girl, and he's just, you know, a doll you can kind of pick up, the kind of doll that you can just pick up at Walmart, mass-produced sort of vinyl factory-made doll. But I think he is just adorable, and he has a lot of sentimental value to me, so I wouldn't trade him for anything, and he is just precious. But as I've gotten older, I've actually gained a preference for fantasy type dolls. So dolls sort of like this, like, you know, little elves, pixies, and things like that. Fantasy creatures are so cool to me. I love fantasy artwork, just because, you know, they're very unique and they come from someone's imagination. And I've always been like a person, even as a little girl, who's just had a huge imagination and creativity for sort of making your own like little worlds and creatures and things like that. So I just really love dolls like this. It's, you know, it's fun to step away kind of from the real world sometimes, and, you know, think up fantasy creatures like this that are just super cute and sweet. And so that is my doll confession number 2, that I prefer. Now I prefer fantasy dolls over baby dolls just a little bit. Not to say that I won't, you know, collect any more baby dolls, but I'm definitely taking a liking for fantasy dolls a lot more. So there's confession number 2. Doll confession number 3 is that I actually do not collect my own work. So this might come as a surprise, because I actually initially started doll making because I did want to make dolls for myself. I really wanted a silicone avatar doll, but I couldn't afford one at the time, so I decided to figure out how to make my own. So ever since, I've just been, you know, selling dolls, but I haven't really collected any of them. I have 2 in my collection that I've kept. My Navi inspired or Avatar inspired doll, just sort of as a reminder of where I started. And for example, here is one that I've kept. It was when I was making polymer clay Navi inspired dolls, and so I kept this one just so I would sort of remember where I started and, you know, how I've improved since then, I guess. So I have this one, and then I have another little mini silicone one that sort of way right now. But yeah, so those are the only 2 dolls that I've actually kept in my personal collection. But I really rather collect other artist dolls. It's something about bringing in someone's unique creativity and their love into your doll collection that just really appeals to me. So is a little mandrake mandrake doll that I just absolutely love, and this is one of my little mandrakes that I have made myself out of silicone. And as you can see, I could just as easily have a bunch of these little guys in my doll room, but I prefer to have an artist doll. So this one is, in my Etsy shop, and will go home to someone else to love him because he is just adorable. And so I really love him, but I just prefer to have other artist dolls and collect other artist dolls to support them, and just because I just love having that unique take on someone else's work in my collection. It's something about being able to create your own dolls, or since I have this one's mold, I can make it anytime I want to, but it's something about having someone else's work. I don't know how to sew or any of that, so it's I value this one a lot in my collection because it's something that I can't really recreate. And even if I did learn how to sew, it's still, I still wouldn't be able to make this little cutie right here, because it's one of a kind. So yeah, so that's another confession, is that I rather collect other artists' work than my own. Alright, another doll confession to go along with the last one is that I actually do not create dolls that I wouldn't myself have in my collection. So I'm going to bring out these guys again because, so as you see, I have this little guy, Mandrake, in my collection. I just love the idea of mandrakes and, other fantasy creatures and elves and things like that. So I create what I would collect. So since I create this little mandrake guy just because I just love the concept of mandrakes from Harry Potter. I think they're really adorable. So if I like it, I will create it, and more than likely I'll also have it in my doll collection. So that is confession number 4. Alright, confession number 5 is that we're almost halfway through, is that I actually don't really like to change my doll's clothes. That actually might seem kind of weird to a lot of you guys watching who collect dolls and, sometimes play dress up and everything with them. And I will change my doll's clothes sometimes, especially if there's like a holiday or something coming up. But in particular, I don't really like to change them out of their original outfits that they've come to me in, unless of course the outfit is like really messed up or something, because I just feel like their outfits like kind of go with their character in a way. The best example I can give is like the cartoons like Arthur or something like that from back in the day. Like a lot of cartoons, or SpongeBob, or I don't know, any other like well-known cartoon, or Pokemon like Ash, the Pokemon trainer guy, like they always wear their same outfit. So like they could be going, it's a week later and they've been wearing like the same outfit like every day of the week. And when I was little, I was kind of like, that's a little bit weird. Like, don't they take a shower and change their clothes, but it's just a part of their character. And so yeah, I just really like to keep my dolls sort of in their original outfits. And like I said, I will change them like occasionally if like I'm taking a particular picture or something like that, but I just really like to keep them in their original outfits. I think that, especially if it fits them well and they look cute in it, and it saves me a lot of work and space of like having a bunch of clothes lying around that I have to find room for, and just taking the time, because I have a lot of dolls to change their outfits. So that's doll confession number 5. Next doll confession is that one day, if I'm blessed enough to have kids, I plan on passing down my doll collection to them if they're interested in dolls. If they're not, I'll just keep them myself, so no harm done. But I do plan on one day, if my kids are into dolls, passing them down. If they're responsible enough to keep them in good condition and everything, I plan on passing my dolls down to them to enjoy and love. Just because I would have loved to have these dolls as a kid, and yeah, I just feel like these are very special dolls to me, and after I have thoroughly enjoyed them, I plan on passing them down to my kids to enjoy. So little dolls like this, especially like when they're younger, and then maybe when they get older, and will be able to take care of my more expensive dolls, they could have those as well. So that's, you know, a plan for in the future. So we'll see how it goes though. I might just be stingy and keep them all for myself, but that's the plan for now. All right, so I've kind of lost count of what doll confession we're on. I think it might be 6 or 7, but next doll confession is that I am always reorganizing and getting rid of dolls and other stuff so that I can fit more dolls in my doll room slash studio. So yeah, I am constantly just reorganizing. The other day I just got rid of a ton of materials just so I could, you know, fit more dolls in my cabinets and shelves. And I will be doing a doll tour in the new year of my workspace and doll room, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's definitely something that I am always doing, is sort of just seeing how my dolls can fit in better, or if I can make room for new dolls. I haven't gotten to the point where I need to get rid of a doll to bring another doll in, as Allison said in her doll confessions video, but I am almost there because I'm really running out of space. But I always constantly like reorganizing and trying to make more room. So that is another doll confession of mine. Alright, so another doll collecting confession is that I like to give my dolls their own dolls. So as you can see here, I have my troll doll Livy. She is my 17-inch damn troll, and she has a little Monchichi doll friend that she holds in my display. So she's on her shelf with her little Monchichi doll in hand, because my doll love their dolls too. And I also just love to display my dolls with other artist made dolls. So if it's an artist made doll, such as this little cutie here by La Chulona Dolls, this little cutie gets held by my fantasy baby giant here that was made by Marie Medina of Tipsy Teacup Creations. So she sits on her little bench holding her own little baby doll here by La Chulona Doll. So I just really like always displaying my dolls with other artist made dolls, or you know, other just cute little dolls that they can hold, and it kind of, you know, saves space in my doll collecting room, because I don't have to have like a separate shelves for my little ones. I can just have the big ones hold them, and they just really look cute like that. So yeah, that's another confession of mine as a doll collector. This next confession is not really so much a confession, but more of a fact. So why do I actually like doll collecting? It's just because they're cute. I mean, look at her. She's just adorable. A lot of people collect various different things for all kinds of different reasons, but I think the most popular reason will just be because they're just, you know, cute, or, you know, attractive to their eyes. So, you know, there are girls who collect, you know, purses, $300, $400 like name brand purses, and they just like them because they're pretty and they can, you know, carry them around, and they just like them. So same thing with my doll collecting. I think they're just really cute to look at. They make me smile when I look at them, and they're just super cute. So people, you know, get pets and plants and things, you know, because they're a lot of times because they're just cute and they want to play with them. And you know, if you collect a plant, they're really pretty, don't get me wrong, and you know, they produce oxygen and everything, but I think the main reason why people get plants to decorate their home is because they just like the look of them. They just bring joy into the home, or you know, their living space or whatever. But the difference in a plant and a doll, you actually have to take care of the plant, whereas a doll, you don't really have to, but they're just as cute. So that is my next confession, is I like dolls because they are cute. Simple as that. Alright, so the 10th and final confession is that I do not have any Dolly friends in the community who live nearby to me or locally, which is really sad, because I would really love to be able to get with someone in person and talk dolls, and you know, or maybe like another artist that I can collaborate with personally, you know, face to face, even though now this pandemic is here, so we can't do that anyways. I have a doll show coming up and this coming up summer, so hopefully if all of this COVID stuff is cleared up, I'll be able to meet some people. And yeah, because I've been, you know, in the doll community for a while now, definitely over 4 years, and haven't ever personally met anyone who is really into dolls. So it would be really cool to be able to meet someone and be able to, you know, see them in person and yeah, talk dolls. So that is my final doll collection slash doll artist confession. All right, y'all, so I hope you like this little doll collecting slash doll artist confessions video. If you guys have any of your own confessions, make sure to comment those below, and check out Allison's 20 confessions, because she did like a part 1 and part 2, so check those out on her channel as well, that I'll link in the description below. They're super fun. She did a great job on hers, and thank you, Allison, for tagging me in this. It was really fun to make, a little challenging as well, but really fun and different, so thank you for that. And all of you guys, again, just if you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing and liking and all that good stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. Be safe out there. Peace, love, and blessings. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.